Hi, so what you see on your screen right now, this is the packaging for the USI Electric brand 10-year tamper-proof alarm, and the model number is MI106S, or it's an ML106S. Hi, and welcome to our channel, All Things Cabin, where we're simply going to tell you our experience with this particular smoke detector, and it's based on over 7 years of using this particular smoke detector. And as well, we're going to show you the wiring harness for a smoke detector and explain the connections for it, and we'll start right now. Now, the reason that we're installing this particular smoke detector is because we need one in the cabin, or we need more than one in the cabin. And secondly, it has performed flawless for 7 years in another application. Not a single false alarm, not a single beep, no need to change the battery as the package says. It lives up to what they market it as to be. And equally important, or perhaps even more important, you see here on the package right here, it says that it is both photoelectric and ionization, which means it's going to pick up both smoldering, slow developing fires, as well as flash fires. If it's a flash fire, it doesn't create a tremendous amount of smoke right away, whereas a smoldering fire might create smoke, but develops a little slower. The photoelectric, there's an electric beam that's inside of the sensor, and when the smoke basically does the same thing that fog does to the headlights on your car, it triggers the alarm. And the ionization works off of a small piece of irradiated material in there, and when the smoke changes the charge inside the sensing chamber, it will trigger an alarm as well. It's pretty straightforward. Now let's go look at the wire harness and the wire we used. Okay, so what you're looking at is the wiring in the back box of the smoke detector. I'm standing on top of a tall step ladder. The ceiling in the room that I'm working on is almost 12 feet tall. Now, the way the code read the last time I looked at it, the smoke detector is not to be inside 4 inches of a cathedral ceiling, but not more than 12 inches from that same cathedral ceiling. Now, electrical wire that we've run between the smoke detectors is a 14 gauge 3 conductor. That means inside that white jacket, there are 3 wires and 1 copper ground. The copper ground for this particular smoke detector and application is not used. So on the right of your screen is the white. That's the power neutral, goes back to your electrical panel. On the left, that's the harness that clips into the smoke detector itself. And the black is your hot leg. So that's where you derive power from your electrical panel. Now here, the yellow, not the yellow wire nut, but the yellow wire goes to the smoke detector pigtail. That's the communication wire between smoke detectors. So if one goes off and it's correctly wired, all of them go off. On that same connection, I think it's a pink wire. That's the 3rd conductor inside the 14-3. We call it the communication wire between the smoke detectors. White is neutral, black is hot, yellow and pink are communication. So here's the back side of the smoke detector, and right in the middle of your screen, right in the middle of the smoke detector is where that little wire harness clips into. Now they have a built-in key, not entirely sure what that's for. It's probably test or release. We'll remove that before we install it. And as well, in the center of your screen, you see that right pull tab. That's how you get the battery and smoke detector to function after you've connected this to your wiring system. Now here's the front side of the smoke detector. There's that red pull tab again and some notations that they have. This does have a dust and paint cover, which we recommend you keep on if you're doing construction. Otherwise, you would want to take this off. This is a good smoke detector. We don't have any affiliation with it, but we're using it again because it's been very reliable for us. Now here's a close-up of the actual smoke detector wiring harness pigtail. Again, you see the yellow communication, the white power neutral, and then the black power hot. And to connect this to the smoke detector, you just line up the 3 pins right there, and then they latch into place. And you can remove it if you need be. Okay, so we went ahead and we connected the smoke detector. There's the harness clipped into the back of the smoke detector. And once it's clipped in, it's pretty secure. We're just doing this for installation and testing purposes. We apologize for the poor light and maybe the shaky video. In our defense, we're standing on top of a fairly tall step ladder. So we're going to post a link to a different video where we use this smoke detector to replace smoke detectors that were 10 years old. We show you some of the wiring that we had to do for that, the connection of the wiring, so to speak. Hey, if this video, if you enjoyed it or if it helped you, please subscribe to our channel and give it a thumbs up. And if the Google Super Thanks button shows up, we appreciate any support you lend to the channel. It allows us to buy some tools and materials and keep bringing you videos like this. Hey, thank you for watching and have a great day.